In this video, we expose the physics behind energy return claims to see if super shoes really make you faster. Marketing departments love the phrase 85% energy return, but let's clear up a massive misconception. Shoes are not batteries. They cannot create energy. They can only minimize the amount you lose. Think of a steel ball bearing dropped on concrete. It bounces back almost to your hand because very little energy is lost to heat or deformation. Now drop a ball of dough. It splats and stays there. Old school EVA foam was like the dough, bleeding your effort into the ground. Modern super foams are trying to be the steel ball. Let's look at the math, because this is where the magic actually happens. Energy return is simply the ratio of energy output to input. Standard foams return about 60 to 65% of the energy you put in, while top-tier PEBA foams hit 85 to 90%. That difference means your legs don't have to work as hard to maintain the same pace. However, notice that the number is never over 100%. If a shoe claims to give you energy, that's a lie, unless it has a motor. We are chasing efficiency, not propulsion. Here is the critical distinction that most runners miss. Energy return is a mechanical property of the foam, but running economy is the physiological cost to your body. The famous 4% study wasn't saying the shoe bounces 4% higher. It said runners burn 4% less oxygen at a fixed speed. High energy return foam helps, but it requires a stiff carbon plate to stabilize that squishy, trampoline-like foam. Without the plate, that 85% return would feel like running in quicksand. Now for the uncomfortable truth, you might be wasting your money. Super shoes act like a stiff diving board. If an Olympic diver jumps on it, they fly. If a toddler jumps on it, nothing happens. If you aren't running fast enough to compress the foam and engage the plate geometry, you aren't getting the full benefit. The faster you run, the greater the ground reaction force, and the more pop the shoe provides. At slower jogging paces, these shoes can actually feel unstable and awkward. So is it hype? Not entirely, but the context matters. The lab environment removes variables like uneven roads, rain, and cornering, which all dampen energy return. Furthermore, PEBA foams are fragile. Their magical bounce degrades significantly faster than daily trainers, often losing their pop after 150 miles. You are paying a premium for a disposable performance boost. It is a horsepower tax that only pays off on race day. Here is your verdict. If you are chasing a PR in a marathon or half marathon, high energy return shoes are a legitimate performance-enhancing tool backed by science. But for your daily 5K loop or recovery runs, they are overkill and potentially unstable. Don't buy a Ferrari to drive in a school zone. Save the super foam for race day and train your legs to be the engine, not just the passenger. Thanks for watching, run smart, and see you in the next deep dive.